Yes, it's that time once again, and we're back with some more F1 2021 livery designs for you to spice up your own My Team career modes. But this time out, I'm bringing you a special JDM edition where I'm bringing in 4 Japanese manufacturers that you typically see within the JDM community, and I'm bringing them to life within F1, and hopefully you guys can as well by following along with this video and with this tutorial. So as you've probably seen from the title as well, I've chosen Nissan, Honda, Mazda and Lexus for the 4 manufacturers for this episode. So if you do go on to use any of these in your own career mode saves, or if you enjoy this video, then click that like button down below and let me know in the comments as well what you think of these liveries and what you think of these episodes as well. But without further ado, let's get into this video, and the first one up is the Nissan livery, and I tried to take inspiration from the Nissan GTR and the 370Z as well, because when they were both shown, when they were both released, the colours that were used was like this golden orange sort of colour, and I've tried to take that into this car and mix it with the dark tones of the black, and it's sort of like offset with the white sponsors and the white trim. And out of the 4 cars today, this is definitely my favourite one that I've made. I think it works so nicely, but it is just a black and white car at the end of the day. You can't really go wrong with a black car, but I just love how it blends into the rear of the car. I think especially if you have Sergio Perez or Fernando Alonso sitting in your second driver's seat, it's going to be a nightmare for any AI driver that comes up against your team. So the livery that we've gone for is the drone livery. I've said this before in some of the comments, but I say it now. Some of the liveries that you do find on this game are from the item shop or from like previous podium passes. So I won't even have all the liveries available to me, and I'm sure a lot of you won't have all the liveries available to you unless you played this game tons and tons, which makes it really annoying when you're trying to follow along with a tutorial like you are today. So I wish, hopefully in the next game, that they implement a feature where you're able to buy any livery that's available on the store, like other games would, like Battlefield. So if you can't choose a livery that's mentioned, then make sure you try and find one that's similar to it, that sort of like blends into the rear like this one does. So next up, and we've got Mazda, and this one I found really tricky to nail down on a design I liked, but I ended up choosing base livery called Vintage, as I wanted like a metallic finish to the car, and this one I've used it in some other livery designs as well, and it just works so nicely. I feel like it just has that accentuates really fast aerodynamic look to the car. And I tried to use colours once again, which you typically see in like a showroom or within the JDM community. And you know, I've seen a lot of red MX-5s, RX-7s in my time, and one of my best mates actually has a really nice red Miata. Oh, did I say Miata? I meant MX-5. But, you know, unfortunately we can't have pop-out headlights on an F1 car, so it's just going to have to settle to be red, white and black. Now that I've made this car, it actually looks so similar to the Alfa Romeo release for this year, but I think it's as close to a Mazda as I'm going to be able to create. So you're going to want to choose like a nice red, black, and then I've chosen like a pinky white, but I think it probably may look better as just like a plain white, and you get more of like a silver finish to the side pod of the car. And then, as with all the sponsors in today's episode, I've tried to choose more like Asian looking sponsors that you sort of, because you know a lot of the sponsors in this game, you get a lot of British sponsors, and there's a lot of Italian looking sponsors as well. So I've tried to choose ones that will fit this car best, but obviously you don't have to use these in your own My Team career mode. Like say if you have a sponsor that gives you like a bigger goal bonus, then choose that one. Like you don't have to choose these ones. I just think for the purposes of this video, they look best, and especially that moon sponsor, it's probably as close to the Mazda sponsor as you are going to get on this game. Now I can't lie, when creating this, it was a bit of a botched job, but I think overall we've actually done a fairly decent job with it. Now up next, and we got the Lexus, and this is a brand that a lot of people it doesn't immediately come to their mind when they think of the JDM community. A lot of people think Lexus is an American brand, but it's actually a Japanese brand, and there are plenty of beautiful looking modded Lexuses within the community, and I've tried to represent that within this car. I tried to go for a really like modded look to this car. Like I've tried to represent that within the paint job. Like I feel like this paint job you wouldn't really normally see on like cars that are just released from like the showroom, and tied in with the white sponsors and the black rear and front wing, along with this like gold and yellow trim you see around the car and on the wing mirrors. Yeah, I think it works really nicely. And then for like the Lexus logo, as you see on the front of the car, I've gone for this Venus sponsor, as I think it's most accurate to the Lexus logo in my eyes. and then along the side pod of the car as well, it's the same sort of font. So for this livery, you're going to want to choose the Nightshade livery, and it basically gives this like really nice metallic finish all over the car, and it's, you know, a finish that you typically see on a lot of modded cars, whether it be like this blue you see on today's car, or like if you take like a car into a car wrapping shop, you get all these crazy designs that go get wrapped onto the car, and I feel like this is a colour that you normally see get wrapped onto a Lexus. So yeah, there we have it. This is a design that I really like, and I feel it could work so well in a My Team career mode. At the start of the series, I wasn't actually going to make a Lexus design, as it's not a very popular brand, but it's actually turned out to be one of the designs I really like from this series as a whole. And finally, to finish this episode, we've got the Honda design. Now, I can actually name it Honda for some really weird reason. Apparently it contained profanity, but so that's why I've named it HNDA for short. And this is a design that I've tried to take inspiration from the white Red Bull that we saw last season, and along with the Honda that we saw from the early 2000s that we saw Jenson Button racing. I think it was the bar Honda. So yeah, this could be a really cool car to add to your My Team career mode save. So it could rival like the Red Bull Racing and Alpha Tauri, and could be like a real competitor. They've seen what their engine power can do in F1, and they've been like, yo, I want some of that. Let's get some more of that victory within our own team. Now for this design, you're going to want to choose a livery that's called Streamline, and then choose like a white, a grey and a red. Now initially I did choose like a much brighter red for like the cinematics, but I think a slightly darker red might be better, and like it represents like the Japanese flag a bit better, and then choose that color for the sponsors as well, like the XER sponsor and the one you see on top as well. Now the reason I've gone for that XER sponsor is because it looks most similar to the bar Honda logo that we saw from the early 2000s car. It's like the Japanese flag they got on the side, a big red circle, but yeah, I think it looks most similar, and I think it works really nicely on this car. And then having like the white blend into the grey as well, and on the front wings is a really nice touch, and it's really subtle, but I think it works really nicely. And then as you see on the screen right now, we've got the black XER logo on the front noses of the car, as well as some other black logos mixed in with the white logos and the red logos as well, to make sure that they sort of stand out from the background of the car and they don't sort of blend in as much. We got a white Distort logo there, but it's enough. There's enough grey behind it to make it pop. And then once again, if you don't have any of these sponsors or liveries mentioned in this video, then try to use ones which look most similar to it in design. And if you like any of these liveries mentioned in this video, let me know down in the comments what you think of them, and click the like button as well if you enjoyed this video. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe down below for more F1 content and more updates and more livery designs, especially as next episode we're going to be doing a supercar edition, where we're going to be introducing brands like Bugatti, Pagani and Koenigsegg, to name a few. So keep your eyes peeled for that one, and until next time, I'll see you later.